Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Adelaide Emeralding, or you can call me Flurry. And today I wanted to sit down and talk about the loss of my life, which is starstable YouTube, which you could read in the title because I thought I was a genius for coming up with that. So I'm going to discuss and do some reputation. I think I might go buy some horses at the bazaar. We'll see. I haven't checked out this update at all, so I think I'm going to just run around, do that. Maybe I'll end up training. We will see. I have a pretty good list of things that I want to talk about. I've been curating this document for a long time, since August, and I didn't even have a channel in August. I've just been compiling ideas. It is the perfect weather outside. It's rainy. I woke up to a thunderstorm this morning. I am ready to sit down and yap and be really cozy. I have a candle lit. It's good. Anyway, the point of this video is to address the changes in the starstable YouTube community and ways that we can bring her back. Let's revive starstable YouTube. I also want to preface this with the fact that I really do feel like this issue was much more prominent when I started making this list, and oh, they moved it over here. Okay. Back in August, I feel like there have been more content creators emerging. I really am going to have beef with the vignette right here. I just tapped my screen as if you guys can see it over here. I wanted to start with what I like in a starstable YouTube video, because obviously I'm going to be biased in what I think is quote-unquote good content. So I like a long, so at least 15 minutes, 20 is better, 30 to 40, that's my sweet spot. So, I want a long yap about something of substance. So this could be a game update, but I want you to drag it out. I want you to really tell me your feelings. Start, something going on in the starstable community, whether that have been, the starstable, starstable drama, except not, petty drama, company drama. I don't know, just other things going on in the community. I also love a good documentary. I'm going to talk about names later on, but I love Kitty Spiderweb. I think that's her name. She makes a bunch of documentaries about, the events and, the lore. It's so good. And I like something cozy. So I don't want you to be too excited. This horse is kind of catching my eye. I don't want you to be too excited. I don't want to be yelled at in excitement. No, thank you. But I really don't want any of this fake whispering stuff either. I want you to talk to me normally, but this is also, this is mean. Maybe I won't put this in here, but I need a good voice. If your voice is annoying, I'm not gonna watch your video. And I think that's, I don't know. Somebody could be thinking that my voice is annoying too. It's all just subject to your own opinion. So I don't know, I have my own specifications, my own videos that I'll watch, and we'll talk about that later. Okay, I'm actually not gonna buy a horse from here, but anyway, moving on. I wanted to take a second to compare the type of content we're getting now from creators versus the content we were getting back in the good days. And for reference, I started playing starstable in 2019, so I am very aware that I missed peak starstable. I know that. So take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt about the quote-unquote good days. But back then, I was seeing a lot of music videos. That was a huge thing. Way more starstable films, I would say. A lot of different types of challenges, which I think actually have been on the rise a little bit now in the past, literally just the past couple of months. I mean, I feel update videos and training videos are kind of the same. I would say that update videos have dwindled, and I think that also is a reflection of the content that starstable is putting out on its own. But I don't know, you could drag it out a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Oh, and then I also wanted to talk about the uptick in shopping sprees. So I feel like we're seeing a lot more shopping sprees lately. Oh, I have to dismount. Okay. I think we're seeing a huge uptick in shopping sprees, and I think that's because that's what will be watched. Like, I think that's what creators are putting out because that's the type of stuff that people are paying attention to. And I was kind of thinking like maybe these shopping sprees are getting so popular because it's stemming from starstable being so expensive and it's hard for a lot of people to buy. What is happening? You know, I think that maybe the shopping sprees are stemming from the prices, and like other people are watching shopping sprees because they can't go on one themselves. That's what I've been trying to spit out. Maybe I'm not meant for this. Maybe I need to train. I'm too distracted. The next thing I wanted to talk about was like still on the topic of content from now versus then, but I just feel like there's less content now. And like I said earlier, there has been an uprise, in my opinion, from like summertime to now. Like, I think there are a couple more creators out there who are like kind of getting a name for themselves. But I think my biggest takeaway from that is like there are less big creators. Like, I feel like we used to have like 10 big creators who, you know, were actively pumping out content and had, you know, at least like 10,000 subscribers. That's big in my book because starstable community, like it's kind of a smaller community. Right now, I don't want to name any names, but I can only really think of like two content creators who are really big right now and who are actively posting. Maybe 3. Like 3 that I'll watch most of the time. I don't really love a couple of them, but regardless, on that topic, we have to discuss the loss of the greats. So, of course, we lost Violet Flower Garden, and that is an awful situation, and I'm not gonna like talk about that, but her content was obviously like that was starstable YouTube. And then around her time, we also had starstable updates, which was huge. I remember, I don't know where they were based, but it was in a time zone ahead of me because I'm in the US, and her update video was always out by the time I woke up, and I would watch it while I was like playing the update. So that was big for me. Eleanor Nightwalker and Elizabeth Riverland, also 2 huge people. Corinne Misthill and Hannah Opaltree, those are the ones that I could remember and I asked around. I also, on that note, like I know there were a lot of creators then who played starstable on their channel, but maybe their channel wasn't like specifically based on starstable, and I am trying to stick with the people who are solely playing starstable. Like, I want that to be their only content. Oh, and I just want to say that some of their content now, like when I rewatch it, feels a little immature, but like maybe that's just how it's always been and I have just grown up. I know like they are all older than me, so I don't know, but it's all about catering to your audience, I guess. So that's my piece. Like, I don't love to rewatch a lot of videos unless I'm doing it for like nostalgia purposes. So when I was growing up and like first really into starstable, I was really into the realistic roleplay scene on YouTube. I still am like a realistic role player, but I am mostly like doing live shows and posting on Instagram and, you know, stuff like that. Not so much watching RP anymore. But so obviously I watched Adelaide Eventing, Violet Flower Garden, Cosmic Equestrian, I think Hannah Opaltree, and maybe Corinne Misthill. I think they were, where am I going? They were also realistic role players. Oh, and on like realistic roleplay, connecting my like immaturity thing to realistic roleplay, like watching realistic roleplay now is really boring and it feels like it's marketed toward a younger audience. I love to do it now, like but I don't love to watch it anymore. But also, like, maybe that's just me growing up. Like, there are a lot of factors in here. I also just do want to say I did name myself after Adelaide eventing. Like, that raised me. But RRP, like, really did bring me into this game. I remember watching Adelaide eventing, and I didn't completely understand that some things were roleplay. So when she would talk about, like, flying lead changes and, you know, things like that, I thought they were real. So I was like, oh my god, this game has flying lead changes? Like, that's crazy. I also was really drawn in by the posting, which we do have. We just don't really have diagonals. We just kind of go up and down. But yeah, so I mean, and I do feel like there is less realistic roleplay content now than there used to be. So yeah, like, if you're into that, then there's less for you to choose from. Oh, another thing I wanted to address, this was really big for people a couple, like, maybe a year ago now. Clickbait is just really annoying. I really hate that people do it, and there is always one creator. Like, it's like the torch just gets passed down. I know exactly who I'm thinking of right now, who was big when I first got into Starstable, and then who is the clickbaiter now. Like, it's killing our little community, and I feel like there was a time, like a year ago, when it was getting more common for content creators to clickbait their users. And when I'm saying clickbait, I mean, like, titles that are completely irrelevant to the video, or, like, titles that aren't true and don't relate to the video. Like, we're talking about, like, spoilers for this and that, and then they proceed to not talk about spoilers, and the spoilers don't exist. And then also, like, clickbait could be blacked out horse models, and they're trying to trick you into thinking it's a new model. Like, talking about codes, and then you actually have, like, one code from 4 years ago. Like, stupid stuff like that. I don't know. Feeling the need to clickbait your audience, like, one, you're really only tricking, like, the younger audience. I would hope that older players are able to, like, see the difference and recognize clickbait, but it's just, I don't know. Personally, I would never want that reputation for my own channel. Like, I don't know. I don't have many words other than that. Just really annoys me. Where is this horse? Okay, and then we're kind of closing in. I don't know if I'll have anything more to say, but I wanted to talk about how I feel the lack of a content could, like, affect the Starstable game and affect the community. Like I said, Starstable YouTube brought me into this game. It kept me in this game, and it still does. Like, I don't know about anybody else, but when I'm playing a game, I only watch content of that game as I'm playing it. So if I want to train, like, I'm only going to watch a Starstable YouTube video, and if there's a Starstable YouTube video I want to watch, I'm going to wait until I get on Starstable to watch it. Like, on that note, if anybody else is like me, I just won't train if I can't find a good video. Like, I have no motivation to train if there isn't something good of the Starstable genre for me to watch. So, I mean, like, on that note, it would give me and players like myself less of a reason to get online, and I really do think that this game is the community. Like, I think that if the same active community moved to a different game, you know, even like Equinox, you know, I think we could make the same thing of another game with this community's, I don't know, with our, I don't know what I'm trying to say, like, with our, not dedication so much, but just, I don't know, our ways of communication. Like, we just really have built something so incredible here, but I think it could be moved to a different game. Like, I don't think that we are relying on Starstable to keep our community together. In fact, I kind of think that Starstable is hurting. Whatever. You know what? That's a different video. I do think that, like, the lack of content does bring less, like, hype to new updates and new content. So you know, the lack of update videos. Maybe people are missing things. Like, I remember Starstable Update specifically would go so in depth in her update videos. So yeah, that's my 2 cents about that. And then I wanted to talk about a little bit about what I would like to see more of. I mean, obviously I could try to create my own, but like, I want to be the viewer, not the creator, you know? So I would love to see more longer videos. Like, why are so many videos 4 minutes long? Actually, I know, because I was saying the same thing before I started this channel, and I'm like not big by any means. I haven't been around for very long, so my opinion might be worth nothing, but editing takes me forever. Like 30 minutes of footage will easily take me 2 to 3 hours for me to get through because I hate it. It's so boring. I mean, so I assume that's why videos are so short, or maybe people just have a lack of content to create. Maybe there's nothing to talk about, there's nothing to show. I don't know, but I am never gonna click on a 4-minute video, ever. Because what's the point? If I'm watching a video to train, why would I'm going in the wrong spot, aren't I? Can I make this? No, okay. If I'm watching a video to train to, why would I click on something less than 10 minutes? Because that's 2, maybe 3 races, and then I need to stop what I'm doing all over again and find another video just for that process to repeat over and over and over and over again. So, yeah. I would love to see longer videos, and I am yearning for a huge lore recap of like the whole main story quest up to date. I think the last one I could find was from 2, maybe 3 years ago now, so it's a little outdated. Not by much, because they don't like to give us content, but and then so I really want a huge lore recap, and I think it would be great if we were using our community more and like bringing in ideas from other people, whether they're creating content or not, like collaborating. Like, I don't know, we should just be using YouTube to connect more. I know that our presence as a community is huge on Instagram and obviously Discord, but I really do think that we could benefit on YouTube, whether it be clubs, you know, using it as a spot to advertise and show what their club is really about, or, I don't know, like, even people, like, make some friends, like, I don't know, like, if anybody wants to be my friend, please, follow me on Instagram, send me a DM, like, I don't know, I feel like that, I don't know. Maybe that's not a good idea. We'll see. I'm sorry for saying I don't know so often. I need to stop using it. It's like my filler word. On that note, I told you guys what I wanted to see, and now I have a couple ideas on how we can make that happen. So, I'm saying all this, but I do not want to be the one to create this, so I want somebody to steal my idea and do it, but I want you guys to do it well. So, anyway. Oh my gosh. I want to see like a Discord server, maybe an Instagram page, something of that genre. And this is where creators can share content ideas, collaborate with other people, ask for opinions and advice. And this would be run similarly to an art server if any of you guys are in like any of those. So in those, usually you can have like verified artists who give critique and advice to smaller artists, or, you know, maybe that's their chance for commissions. I don't know. I don't think you could commission a YouTube video, but I don't know. I really do feel like there are endless possibilities. And then to end this video, I want to talk about my favorite creators, because I'm a YouTube veteran. Like, I have gone through everything I can possibly find. I have listened to so many different people's channels. And I even tried to do my research last night and catch up on the more popular people. So, obviously, oh my god. I cannot go through this video without trying to put you guys on Lucia Dragon Castle. She's one of my best friends, and we own a club together, and her content is great. She yaps. She's really cozy, and her content really is good. Next is Stephanie Rainbridge. Stephanie Rainbridge brought me back to Star Stable last spring. Maybe it was the spring before. Spring of 2024. And I just binged her videos over and over again, and I trained so many horses. A new one for me is Mackenzie Topaz Thunder. Her YouTube is Ava. I'm gonna put up screenshots of everybody's names. I really love her. She's funny. She's like upbeat enough that I'm not depressed, but like she's not yelling at me, you know. She's funny. Her content is really bright and fun. Elizabeth Dawn Mountain is a smaller one that I actually just found a couple days ago, and I'm really enjoying their content. And then last but not least, we have Amelia Dreambell. She's a little less consistent posting now, but I also really like her content. She's a little more popular, so you guys might have already known her. Alright, though, that is where I am going to end this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you guys have any other thoughts or opinions to add, I would love to hear them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked this, and if anybody takes any inspiration and makes a little Discord server, somebody send me an invite. Alright, thank you for watching, and bye-bye!